Okay, good evening, everyone. I think I'm the last and I need to wrap up this session very quickly. Yeah. Okay, so I think my session is like more digital ecosystem, and thanks George and everyone talk about the CDP, DMP, CRM, website and all. So I'm trying to combine how we can make the whole digital ecosystem through the customer-centric approach. And there might be a different system, different technology, different tool, but the how you will implement. And George, you asked one question, yeah, like what are the challenges? So might be I will share my experience, like because I was a part of the digital transformation team in my organization. So quick intro, like who I am. My name is Ashish Bansal. Like I am a five-time MVP. I am working as a digital technologist in the bank. I'm working in the Sitecore from last 2018 or 2008, starting from 5.3. I am successfully delivered like 20 plus Sitecore enterprise system. Still, I'm writing a technical blog. You can follow my blog. I'm available in the Twitter. And yeah, we are the first community where we found SOGUI. Thanks, Dharmesh, to continue this. Like somehow it's not continue this community. Okay, so I think as we all know, like we are thriving to the digital world, yeah. So what are the challenges and why we need a digital, or do we really need a digital, or like everyone is talk about digital? What about the physical, yeah? So we know how the companies are changing, correct? So this is some of the data, like how Amazon is doing over the some of the brick and mortars, yeah. And over the period of time, they took the market share, correct? So this is how like digital is capturing the market share. And if you see over the last 10 years, how this digital transformation happening, and you can see the value, some of the value, it is not over the time, but over the period of 10 years, like Amazon took us some value in our digital ecosystem, or the retail space. And we see like at the same time there are a lot of brand who is outdated in the market, and they were in the like as a leader at the time. Like if you think about the Kodak, if you think about the Yahoo, some of the brands it's not no more, like because of the lack of innovation or the digital change, and they didn't adopt all the pace of the digital. Yeah, so we all agree like digital transformation is must required for any of the brand. And we know like there are company who is completely based on the digital, so they don't have any option to go to the brick and mortar and find out. So I have a very good example in this region is a Noon, yeah. So Noon, they don't have any option to go to connect the buyer and they can come to the store. They have to be go internet, yeah. They don't have any other options. So now we see like the companies are moving towards from brick and mortar to completely digital. It means their whole business in digital. So one of the example, Mashrik Bank. Mashrik Bank announced only few banks, few branches should be there in the region, and they completely go digital. So digital is must, yeah, and we have to adopt the digital transformation. And digital transformation, how we can adopt, like as all my speaker fellows mentioned, there are a lot of technology tools available, yeah. So like if we are thriving towards the digital, so can we say like physical is not important or physical experience is not important? As one of the data, like if I talk about Amazon, like it's still like 90% of the retail is happening on the brick and mortar. So at the same time we are talking about the digital, but at the same time physical is also important, yeah. So we can't ignore the physical experience with the digital experience. So what is the best customer experience, yeah? So I think if you integrate both, yeah, so if you integrate digital plus physical, so then that's the omni-channel or integrated experience is the key in the market, yeah. So if you combine both the experience, yes, we can survive and we can provide the best customer experience, which could be in any of the channels. It could be a store, it could be a CRM, it could be email, it could be a web channel, mobile app, any of the channel of the brand, you have to provide that experience. So I think that would be the win for the next digital transformation system. So I think let's talk about the digital ecosystem. What are the key problems that we have right now and how we can tackle that problem. So I think I combine like the 3 M's is a problem for the marketers. So we have multiple customers. We don't know like how they are customer. We have multiple touch points. So currently like I can't only provide the website for my brand. Like I need to provide like a mobile app. I can provide like sales system. I can provide a CRM. So I can't depend only the one channel, yeah. So because customer has a multiple choice right now. And we have multiple technology and the platform. Yeah. So here I am very technology agnostic. Like I'm not indoor Sitecore or any of the tool. For me, like I am the Sitecore happy Sitecore customer. But for the enterprise, you have multiple technology ecosystem. And if you talk about any enterprise, they must have their own CRM, they must have their own CDP, they must have their own CRM. So I can't say like it is bad or it is good and which technology. It's a selection of the right technology. Yeah. So the availability is more like in the market. So let's talk about multi-diversified customer. As I mentioned, we have multiple customer, correct? So as we go digital, like what are the challenge? Like we have a different nationality, we have different age, different income group, spending power, personal preference, digital savvy or not, brand savvy or not. So these are the persona that we have, yeah. And in the physical, what are the advantage? Like I see the customer, okay, how can I, attract the customer? But in the digital, I don't know, like who is interacting to my brand. Let's suppose if I come to the website, might be I am like my income is low and I want to sell the high income card. How you will decide? So you really need to map this persona or this attribute based on your digital sales. Same thing like I mentioned, like you have digital touch point. So how you can, cater all this touch point and put like, centralized experience. So if I go to the website and go to the mobile app, make sure like all the content is similar, yeah, all the experience is similar. Or if I'm selling some product to the call center, make sure they know like what exactly my customer needs. Yeah. We have multiple technology, correct? So this is some of the data in 2011. We have 150 plus marketing solution. Now this is the data we have 8,000 plus marketing solution. How to choose the multiple marketing technology? So if I choose any CMS or any notification engine, I have multiple vendors, correct? And for me, to be honest, like it's more or less same, yeah. So how I measure my journey, like I need to drive from here to Dubai to Abu Dhabi, and I have multiple cars, correct, which can serve my problem. So which car is good? It totally depends on multiple factors, correct? So really choosing from the technology is like key thing, like how you will do and how you will do integration, because only one technology can't kill all the problem. Because if you go to the enterprise, you might have your core system, you might have your IT system, marketing tech. So how you can combine all together? So that is like we really need to think on. So I think this is one of the important slides. Just think like you all have your own brand. You are selling something, coffee, like Ahmed, you have a coffee shop, like digital, or someone like any e-commerce. So just think like customer always interact with your brand. They don't know like what is website, what is like like your mobile app. They know your brand value. Like let's suppose if you are talking about the spinnies, you are buying product. So in your mind there is a spinnies or noon will come, correct? You will not think, okay, what is my CRM, or I'm talking to the call center, or I'm talking to the mobile app. But what happened, like we know like it's all segmented, correct? So if like the real example, if I like call to the call center, they don't know like what happening in the other department, because inside the organization everything is a departments. Yeah, they don't have the centralized location where all department can talk to each other. So they have a different people, they have a different processes, they have a different system and technology as well. So but for the customer point of view, they want a real brand interaction rather than the department interaction. So I will just give you one example. Like let's suppose George bought one product, like any product, like he is a happy Emirates NBD credit card holder, and my sales guy, let's suppose he sold one Visa Infinite credit card. Yeah, so that is okay. So George is experienced because he's getting a lot of miles and he's traveling happy with their wife. So far story is good, and he's saying like, okay, Dharmesh, why you are not buying this product? It's really amazing now. Okay, that story is good. But now suddenly like ENBD or any Mashriq or Fab Bank, like they charge 2,000 dirham. Then suddenly like George burst up and say, no buddy, this card is not good, and they like they didn't send me the proper TNC, and I didn't read the TNC and all this thing. Okay. So like George just posted a negative sentimental in the Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. Now the funny part is, at the same time, my CRM team, my outbound team will call to the George, and they are trying to sell some other product, like okay George, you are a happy customer, why you are not buying any other card? So just think like what is the George experience, because my customers, like my sales team, they don't know like what is going on in the media, correct? Like, that is a real problem, correct? And this is what we face. And this is really we need to solve. So we don't need, so technology, yes, important, but how you will solve the process, systems and all, that is the key thing, correct? And I believe like 80% of the organization is still facing this problem. So this is the real challenge, we need to solve it. Okay, so lot of problem we know, like, okay, in digital, what are the problems, and so what is the solution? So there is no solution in my definition. You can minimize the problem, correct? So how you can minimize the problem? Because if Sitecore come to me or Gonzalo and say like, okay, you implement CDP and your revenue will generate. Okay, makes sense. So how you can minimize the problem? I think centralized customer communication is one of the key. So I think if you have a centralized system where your all interaction is going to the one system, might be you can minimize this problem. And for this strategy, what I believe, like, 3M to 3C, and which could be a 3 important pillar of any digital ecosystem, which is your data. Like, you need to collect all the data. Either you need to collect from CDP, DMP, website, mobile app, but you need to collect all the data, and you need to dump into your data mart or your marketing mart, and you need to be analytics. You have to be create a persona, and based on that, you need to take action. So just think to the George example, like if I have a collection of the data, like my CRM system and my social media, and before calling to the call center, like if he know, okay, he is like not in mood of the selling the product, might be he can offer something good, like, okay, so I need to reverse your 2000 dirham back. Then just think, what is the customer experience? So I think data is important, analytics is important, and third important is the action. How you are taking the action real time, correct? So that is like the framework which I think really help to transform from any digital transformation. Some of my learning I would like to share, like this journey is not simple, like it's simple but it's not easy, like customer experience, and it's look like very easy, like, you come, you implement the CDP and the things will, problem will remove, but it's not, yeah. So how we can do it, like, I think the best approach is a top-to-down approach. What I believe, like, I came from the developer background, but we have to be aligned this approach with all the top level, correct? So if my top level management is agree, okay, CDP is the right system, or, alignment. So always go to the top-down approach, like your senior management should be aligned of any of the initiatives. So that is one of the key. We need to think it's not only the tech, correct? So tech will not solve the problem. We can, minimize the problem. You have other factors as well. You have a person, you have a process, you have a cost. So technology will not do the magic, yeah. We have to understand this thing. Customer first approach, I think when we are doing any coding and all, like, we never think like what exactly customer is looking for, correct? So customer don't care like it is in Sitecore or Adobe or Salesforce. They interact with your brand, they interact with your user experience, correct? So always think from the customer angle, correct? Whenever you deploy anything, like what exactly your customer is thinking about your any experience. Embrace the change, I think that is very important, because now the technology is going to very fast way. So I think we have to be, adopt the new technology, as Ishaq mentioned, like we have to be on, go to the SaaS or the cloud pace. Otherwise we can't beat our competition. So that is really, really important. Choosing the right product, I think we already discussed about this point, like you have a lot of product in the market, how you to choose is again, like, yeah, it's depend on your lot of factor, but yeah, it's really important. You have to choose the right product wisely. Like if you don't know any technology and you adopt it, so might be like you will face a problem, like to implement it. And I saw a lot of projects which got failed because they have not in the right track, right technology. That is my favorite business case in my bank. Like if I spend 1 dirham, I have to provide 5 dirham back to the bank. Yeah. So guys, this is really, really important. You have to understand what is the benefit to the business. Yeah. If you are implementing, if you are asking, okay, I need a TDS or unicorn, what would be the business advantage? So always think about, like, whatever you are implementing, what is the value you are creating for your brand or for your business. Yeah. So business case should be very important. And at last, like, it's a journey. Yeah. It's not a project which can be complete over the night. So might be your transformation can take some time. It could be in phase-wise approach. So you can go slowly, like you don't need to be transform everything over the night. I know, like we are working with very one of the key projects, and it's a phase-wise approach. Yeah. So because people take time, technology take time, system take time to mature. Yeah. So it's not a overnight. So set the expectation accordingly. So after implementing this, like what we can do and what we can see, like like how a customer-centric approach look like. So if you think like before slide and this after slide, in this case, like you are interacting with your brand, so you don't care what are the people, process, and all are connected to your one view. Yeah. So here the key difference is like all teams are integrated, they are well coordinated, they are looking into one system. It could be any system, Sitecore CDP, Salesforce CRM, any CRM, but it has to be a central view, yeah, where all the data point can become. So the key thing is these people like my social media can see what is the result of the George transaction. That is the key, yeah. So your all system technology can interact with one of the system. So like when the customer interact, it could look like they are interacting with the brand rather than the sub departments. Again, so again, I'm not like endorsing Sitecore, but yes, what I believe, Sitecore has a capability where like they provide all the framework where you have to manage your content, you can connect with the commerce, you can collect all the data, you can connect like you can produce omni-channel experience. And what we believe, like we implemented Sitecore in a way like where we were able to provide some omni-channel experience within the bank, and really Sitecore helped, but it depends how you integrated other technology. And still, like I am not moved to the new stack, which like it's a part of the new Sitecore roadmap. We are using 9.2, and still like we are very happy, and how we integrated to Sitecore is like is the key. Yeah. So if I only use the content, maybe I'm not able to get 100% out of Sitecore. So I think this is the by default kind of you can say like this is a CRM screen, because a lot of time like we find okay where the key data will go, like either the Sitecore is my key data platform or CRM, correct? So it could be anything, like it really depends how you want to maintain and what is the boundary of your data, correct? So some PI data, some financial data can go this system or not go this system. But what we believe as a marketer, like your all marketing touch point can be clubbed into one system, which is like here I am showing the Sitecore, and this is all interaction where you render the thing within the Sitecore. So for example, let's suppose you have website, you have mobile apps, yeah, all are powered by the Sitecore. Okay, all interaction is going here. But what about other technology tools which your brand is interacting, but which is not in the Sitecore technology? Think like this. So let's suppose if I am going to the Spinneys and call to the call center and book something, that record can be from here. That is the key thing. That's why like you can have a full picture of the customer. So this two tier is really important. Like this is like what like you integrate with the other system. So I think if time allows, I can show you the quick demo, like how we can integrate two omni-channel. Like I have a quick demo where like we can think like how website and mobile app can work together and how Sitecore is helping in the real time. So just allow me.